How often have we heard the term one person can't make a difference? I call bullshit straight up. Let's look at modern warfare right now. Who ever thought that the sword would be replaced by the drone from JB Hi-Fi, from Toy World, for $2,000 or less, about $1,300 without the Fly More combo, with a Mavic 3 Pro Mini, $1,300 retail. Why is this important, Cass? This is bloody important because it's changing the battlefield as we see it.
No, it won't.
Where military training couldn't have taken the place and almost created redundancy for the ISR elements being intelligence, reconnaissance and surveillance. We're about to watch a video to show you that it only goes for a couple of minutes, but how the battlefield has changed, how instead of having reconnaissance on the ground, instead of wasting assets, instead of making boots have to do all the work, let your fingers do the walking, so to speak. Now we have drones filling the contested airspace, reducing the chances of casualties, giving equity and diversity into roles that you could join right now in the Australian Army, British, New Zealand, US militaries, Canadian if you wish, and become a drone pilot. 20 minutes training and anyone can use a drone. How do I know? I've got 2 of them. You could be BMI and fly one of these from your deck chair 15 kilometres from where the combat is, giving all of the ground feed, intelligence, reconnaissance and surveillance. It's all occurring real time to a commander so you can influence his command, control and communications on the battlefield, saving lives. You can give patterns of life, what's happening on the ground right now. You can be watching the opposition from afar and be able to say to him, I think they're onto us. It can be a psychological nightmare to those that think that they're undetected, then suddenly have this toy above them. Who's watching you at the moment and where from? Swap right. Even worse, dropping arsenal, turd bombs on them in the middle of the night, requiring casualty evacuation in an insecure location that they thought was safe.
Tell us what a safe space is.
I mean, a place where you're not going to get hurt or ridiculed.
This is a game changer, believe me. And this could be your role, your adventure, your pastime, your way of putting bread on the table, so to speak. Let's go, Kaz. Let's put the video on. Let us know in comments what your thoughts are. Do you think about joining the military? Do you want to be a drone operator, or do you want to be the guy that still holds the sword, the gunfighter? Maybe we're going to see the drones carried at platoon level, section level. Let's see what they've got to say.
Drone warfare is a critical element of the war in Ukraine. The drones are primarily used for surveying nearby territory and carrying weapons.
We're with a Ukrainian reconnaissance unit just outside Zaporizhia. And these guys' main job is to work out where the Russian positions are.
This would have formerly been the job of 4-man cells or mobile cells of individuals that are there just for location. The amount of assets it requires, the amount of danger that it befalls on these guys that are there for reconnaissance patrols, information gathering, not kinetic engagement. This completely changes that, because this can be actually held by a call sign that has kinetic capability that uses this as one of their detection tools.
They can call in the strikes.
Russian soldiers, they're hunting a lot for drone pilots. If they can see, if they find the drone pilots, they try to kill us.
So it's a dangerous job.
Yeah, it's a dangerous job. It's very dangerous.
The Ukrainian military uses commercial drones which can be bought online.
We're told that the Russian lines are about 20 miles from here. Working out where the Russians' positions and military assets are is key. And these they're relatively cheap, eyes in the sky.
Committing we're up to $10,000 for the Cine range Mavic 3 Pro cinematic model. But it comes all the way down to like $1,300, even in overpriced Australia, for the Mavic Mini 3 Pro. $1,300. Another $100 and you get another 2 batteries that can take the flight time out to nearly 45 minutes. Pretty impressive.
They're saving lives. They're showing where the enemy is. They're attacking bad guys. And they are also providing help to those who are trying to find some new place to attack or to.
In some ways, it could be considered a patrol in itself. Send it up, go down a corridor, have it over a bridge where it could cover a defile on the ground, which is a channeling location, either man-made or natural obstacle or a combination of both. So this could go down and be a pattern of life detector, which flies forward of the patrol and actually gives any sort of information about the comings and goings of those on the other side or possible threats. Fly it under the bridge if you want. It's all in 4K or 8K resolution. Game changer.
And they shows us when we need to retreat.
Engineers wire and fit mounts onto the drones, allowing grenades to be dropped.
Bruno Mars, he'll catch a grenade for you.
Press the button or use the sensor. It's gonna open the gate, and if there was a grenade here, under its weight it would open the gate and fall on someone.
I hate seeing meat eaters get taken out by geeks. For some reason, I hate it when the pen is mightier than the sword.
Well, we step right back here because they've mounted a grenade onto the drone. You can see the grenade going. You can see how
Ravelli, good morning.
drones are now being used as weapons.
The drones are customized to make them undetectable.
This drone, if we start flying now, they cannot find it. And this is Ukrainian engineers help us.
Ukrainian engineers are making your drones invisible to the Russians.
Yeah.
They're not only weaponizing drones, they're also fitting them with thermal cameras because a lot of the reconnaissance and the attacks are made at night.
Ukrainian soldiers say the fact they are fighting on their land gives them a real advantage.
We know our land, and this is helping us a lot, you know. This is our land, we know how big the tree is, how big
the trees. Come on, mate. This gives the home ground advantage to those that know the call signs, to those that have done map reconnaissance, that have planned out the topography, you know, and what would be a likely place for the enemy to use. NAIs, named areas of interest, etc. TAIs, tactical areas of interest or targetable. All of these things become extremely effective when they're used in the hands of those that know what they're doing. So team, I guess what I'm saying is our rat cunning needs to move at the same speed as the modern warfare arena. Rules of engagement may have to be cruel, as children can be now as weaponized to use drones for locating enemy threats while manipulating the rules of engagements, the laws of armed conflict with modern nations. Are the officer academies keeping up with the tactical and strategic effects of modern warfare that's playing out in the Ukraine and Russian conflict? This is scary shit and we need to adapt. Learn from the mistakes of others or you will learn yourself the hard way. Strategically, it can be a nightmare to the forces to understand that now they have to have an actions on for yet another thing being compromised on the ground. What do you do if you're in a position where you believe you're below the detection threshold and then all of a sudden you have a $2,000 drone hovering above your call sign, or if it fast tracks over the top at daytime, are you going to now rethink, consider your tactical night position in case you get grenades dropped on your scone while you're sleeping in your $7 wet sleeping bag? Don't know. Is this going to mean that morale is considerably taken away from soldiers because it's yet one other way that they can be targeted without being able to fight back? South Korea, they made the DJI Mavic and it's cutting edge, believe me, especially if you touch the propellers.
The hill is, but they don't know this because it's our land. We know everything here.
So team, in conclusion, the drone that you can purchase from your store has now changed the battlefield using battlefield adaptation and cutting edge technology to replace the human on the ground, minimizing casualties, maximizing effectiveness, and lowering the signature of physical call signs on the ground. These can be used in a contested airspace below the altitudes of your aviation, undetected, in a way that you can absolutely play mind games with an opposition's call sign, create an embuggerance of casualties through direct influence through arsenal being dropped on dismounted call signs or mounted call signs with their hatches open. We've seen that too. The intelligence of those to get a job done means that we should always listen to anyone with a great idea that could just be the one person that makes a difference. Let us know in comments what you think, and I look forward to seeing those that need coaching on the bat phone in the link below. For the price of a coffee a month, of course. Take it easy, have a good day, and remember, if you don't learn, then you'll learn a lesson the hard way. See you later. Local veteran signing off to buy another drone to stay relevant. Don't use them at the beach, but the whales don't like it.
You know, I guess one person can make a difference.
Here we go. Oh.